Hello everyone, this is the 12th video of Python for Beginners course. In this video, I'll be teaching you about file handling. First, go to a folder and create a new Python file. I'll call it lesson 12.py, and here I have a sample file which we are going to use in this video. It's a list which contains the created date, created time, size, and the name of the file. And after creating your Python file, open it with your IDE, and now we are good to go. First, let's see how to read that file. You will need a variable called file or whatever you can name it. You can name it whatever. I'll say it's file1, and that equals open inside parentheses the file name. File name, actually here we should give the path to that file. If it's in the same directory, you only have to give this file name. But if it's in some other directory, for example if it is in desktop, you have to give its full path. By full path I mean if we click one of these files, and while pressing shift, if we press right click, you can see there is a option copy as path. If we click here, it will copy that path into clipboard. If we paste it here, you can see its path. But in here we are not going to use that. We are just giving this file name because it is in the same directory. It is file.txt. And also here after that we have to give a parameter whether we are going to read this file or write something into that file or appending to that file. In here we are going to read that file, so we are giving this R attribute. And now let's say we want to see what's inside that file without splitting it or taking it to a list or something like that. We want to see what's inside that file as a row format. To do that, I'll call another variable file row, and that's equals file1 dot read. After that, I'll print that output out. Print file row, and if we run it, type cmd and here py, then the file name lesson.py. You can read the file from here. Now let's say we want to add the contents of this file. This contains line by line into an array. This line as the first element, this line as second element. Likewise, we want to add these lines into an array one after another. To do that, there is a, I name it as file1 function called readLines. Here I'll change it again to array, and if we run it, you can see now it's an array. This is not clear because there are so many names, so many lines in this file, but if you see here, it is open with square bracket and closed with square bracket, and inside there are elements separated with commas, which means this is a list. This is a list. Now let's see how to print these lines one after another using a loop. To do that, type for a variable name and then in file array print I. If we run that, you can see it like this. In here there is no any line in between this, but there are in between lines. That's because when we add in this to an array, there is this /n character. That's why there is a line in between these. Okay, now let's say we want these dates into separate array, and these times into separate array, these sizes into another array, and these names into another array. If we analyze this carefully, and if we split one of these lines into an array, this first element is the date, and the second and third element indicates the time, and fourth element is the size of file, and after that all other things are related to its name. In here there are some spaces in between in some names, and we have to handle that too. If we give only one element, that will only contain whether this or this, by which I mean this is the zeroth index and first element. This is the second element and its index is 1, and this is third index, is fourth, fifth and sixth, and here it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and if we give that 4 here, 4 as its index number to this line, it will only contain this part, only this history. It does not contain this history. There is a way to handle that. Let's see how. First, we want to add these things differently into 4 arrays. Let's say first array is dates, and it's an empty array, and there are 4 arrays. First one is date, second one is times, third one is sizes, and the last one is name. And into dates we have to add the 0th element or 0th index. To times we have to add this first index and second index. To sizes, this third index, no, first and second, then this is third, and after third it is name. Here in file array, here first in this I is the line. I is one of these lines. For example, if we get this, we have to split this again into parts. This is the first part, second part, likewise we have to split it again. If we split that thing again, let's say it's another variable, let's say contain equals I dot split, and here this contain variable is this contain variable is an array which contains all of these dates, times, sizes and name. After that we have to add the 0th index or the first element into this dates array. We type this dates dot append, then contain, and it's 0th index. Likewise we have to give other 4 items too. Here it is times dot append. We have to give this first index and the second index to times. To do that, I give here first index plus, in between we have to add a space, so otherwise we won't have that space in between here. It will be just this string and this string without spaces, so we have to give space too, and contain 2. And after that we have to give here the sizes. So append contains, it is third index, so we have to give here 3. And for the for the names we have to give all other things after this third index, which is starting from 4 and up to the end. To do that we give this range 4 and up to the end. And now let's try to print them out. First I'll print. If we print like this is a list, so it is hard to identify, so I'll use another loop for t in, I'll say here dates, print t. If we type it like that and if we run it, you can see all the dates separately. Actually here is the same date, but if we check it with this file, it's also the same date. And if we change this to times, we will be able to see the times like that, and it looks like the same, but there are also other times. And if we type sizes, we can see the sizes separately. And after that, if we type names, it's a bit different. It's inside these square brackets and all the spaces are replaced with underscore. We can change it by this. Now the T is one specific line. One specific line means one specific name, and in these names we don't need these square brackets and these quotation marks and these underscores. So we are using this replace function to replace. We want to replace this square bracket with nothing, and likewise we want to replace again this square bracket, close square bracket, with nothing, and we want to replace, we can use it like this, and we don't want underscores. Replace underscores with, here we have to give space, and if we run it, first it is a list, so we have to convert it into a string, and if we run it again, you can see the file names clearly. And that's about reading files. Now let's see how to write into files. Let's create another file called write1.txt, and it's an empty file, there's nothing. And now let's say we want to write in that file. Here I'll open that file as file2 equals open write1.txt, and here I'll use this W character because we are going to write into that file. and file. If you type file 2.write, here it is write, and inside this parentheses with these quotation marks I'll write ABC 1 2 3, and if we save it and if we run it, it will show us nothing, but if we open this file, there is ABC 1 2 3 we wanted to write into that file. And now let's say we have a list. Let's call it list 2, which is equals, here I'll give 1 2 3 4 5 6, and we want to write these things into that file. For that I'll use a for loop for I in list 2 file 2 dot write, and inside that type I. And now let's see what will happen. It says it should be a string, not int, but we have used integers here. We have to convert them into strings first. So we use this str function, and if we run it again, we will see no output. But if we go to file, there is our number. And before this thing, there was ABC 1 2 3, and it is removed. And that happens because this write attribute, if we go give here append attribute, which is a, it will append whatever we are going to write into that file with the things that are already in that file. Let's see. If we run it again, and if you open that file again, here there is 1 2 3 4 5 6, and again 1 2 3 4 5 6 6 5 1 2 3 4 5 6, and that's because this append attribute. The difference between write and append is, when we write, first it will open that file, then clear everything, then it will write the things we are going to write into that file. But in append, it will keep what is in that file, and it will write new things after the things that are already in that file. So that's about file handling. Thank you for watching.